But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that.
He ain't gotta look for Roach. That's a good thing. And he's not gonna run over Tank, you know? And he's not gonna knock Tank out.
That lawnmower, that's that. Stop that up.
Floyd Mayweather wasn't shy about how he felt about Gervonta Tank. Davis's latest training footage declaring that Tank is the hardest puncher at 135 lb, praising his power, speed, and skill. He thinks Davis's dominance in the division is undeniable. An unmatched Tank Davis has become the face of boxing, just like Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson did in their time. His knockout power star presence and perfect 6-0 record make him the sport's biggest draw. Now is his chance to rule and leave a lasting legacy.
Many years ago, we spoke, and you spoke to our production group. He said, I've watched Floyd. I watched Canelo. I look at all the tapes of Ray Leonard, Manny Pacquiao, all these guys. I'm going to be the face of boxing. Are you now?
I'm definitely the face of boxing. Absolutely.
Tank Davis is fully focused and determined as he prepares for his fight against Lamont Roach on March 1st. When asked about his thoughts leading up to the fight, Davis stressed how important it is to stay sharp and follow the rules at the highest level of the sport. He also said that once a fighter gets to the top, every performance matters, and there is no room for complacency. Davis said that not training enough for a fight can make him perform poorly in the ring. That's why he stays dedicated during training camp. His goal is not only to win, but to put on a great show for the people. Davis knows how important it is to put on exciting fights because he knows that good performances bring in more people and make him more marketable. He sees boxing as both a sport and entertainment, where fighters must constantly engage audiences with dominant displays inside the ring. He knows that his knockout power and ability to captivate fans have made him a must-watch fighter, and he is committed to maintaining that reputation.
Look like a fool when I go out there in the ring, you know? I want to stay sharp. I want to stay like, you know, when you reach that top level or things like that, you want to always like make sure you go out there and give it your all. You don't want to like slip up and, you know, underwork yourself, and then you feel like you didn't do enough work inside the training, and training camp, so you can't look good when you fight and things like that. So I'll make sure I try to stay like as much possible, stay focused as possible as I can, you know, so I could be able to also give out, put on a great performance in front of the fans and things like that. Because if you always put on a great performance, the fans you draw more fans, though, you know, that want to see you.
More dollars for sure. When you put on the show, like you got to do your job at the same time. It's an entertainment at the where you're a brand.
Davis talked about how he approaches fights and said that he always takes the time to study his opponents in the first few rounds, instead of rushing in without thinking. He stressed the importance of patience and strategy and said that he carefully studies his opponent's movements before fully engaging. This measured approach helps him avoid unnecessary risks while finding openings to take advantage of. Davis said that this way of thinking is like life itself, saying that you can only be successful by adapting and making smart choices instead of charging ahead blindly. As fight night approaches, Davis is still focused on putting on another dominant performance, knowing that every win solidifies his place at the top of the sport. Fans can expect him to bring his signature power, skill, and showmanship into the ring on March 1st.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I never want to go out there and like, you know, and run into a punch that I don't see or anything like that. So I like to feel my opponent out and things like that. Even like with like, that's what life period. You just don't go out there and just, you know, head honcho. You just always want to figure your way through things, and, you know, then gradually like, you know, loosen up, and then, you know, once you find them openings, then that's when you go ahead on.
It's funny you say that when you finding them openings and like you open them up a little bit like that, like so like you say you already knowing what punch you for the hit him, like okay he flinched on that one, so I'm gonna come with the right hook on the next one and catch him. Like I look at you as like one of them boxers that known for you'll walk him down, like from the announcers, oh he got a nice shot, he ain't gonna tank the bow. Lights out, like it's like, man, it's like you know how to make adjustments, bro. And I just love to see. I know the fans love to see it, bro. You know me, I like keep it going, bro, because you got a lot of people rooting for you. but you also, you got a lot.
When talking about the fight, Davis said that Roach is a skilled opponent who will do his best, but he made it clear that fans will still see the same dangerous and dominant Tank in the ring. Davis knows that Roach will be ready, but he's focused on proving why he's still one of the best in the sport. He stressed that staying at the top requires constant dedication, which is why he's been pushing himself harder than ever in training camp. Davis has been sparring top-level opponents to fine-tune his strategy and make sure that every part of his game is sharp. His training video has shown him working on explosive combinations, heavy bag drills and endurance training to prepare for any challenge Roach presents. When asked about the chance of a knockout, Davis didn't hesitate, hopefully for sure.
I mean, I have to ask you, would you ever remake your famous video game? Bring it to the next generation consoles, my friend?
Hey, I'm just happy to be alive. Thank
What
you.
about, I mean, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
Okay. You think he's a great fighter? But what do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you.
He said confident that if he lands clean, it could be another highlight refinish. He's determined to make a statement and give fans the performance they expect. Mike Tyson has voiced his admiration for Tank Davis, acknowledging him as a great fighter with incredible promise when asked about people comparing Tank to him. Tyson didn't dismiss the idea, but instead embraced it, saying that if Davis keeps working hard and staying dedicated, he will become a legend as well. Tyson stressed that greatness comes from consistency, discipline, and the ability to dominate opponents, all qualities he sees in Davis. The boxing icon's words highlight the respect he has for Tank's skills, power, and mindset, reinforcing the belief that Davis is on the path to legendary status.
Guys, over the last couple days, Gervonta Davis has released footage of him in fight camp. He looks motivated, he looks focused. You're seeing him doing calisthenics, a lot of different sort of functional body weight movements with a little bit of resistance. So what can we expect from him? Business as usual? Do you guys give Lamont Roach any chance of beating Tank? Let me know that in the comment section below.
Tank Davis's training regimen is meant to improve his speed, power, and endurance. His workouts include a variety of exercises focused on functional bodyweight movements that enhance his agility and explosiveness in the ring. He incorporates plyometrics, resistance band drills, and core strengthening routines to improve his balance and defensive reflexes. Tank also does high-intensity exercise such as sprints and jump rope to build stamina. His strength training focuses on bodyweight exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, and calisthenics, ensuring he keeps power without adding unnecessary bulk. This well-rounded method keeps him sharp, conditioned, and ready for fight night. His training video shows his explosive power, sharp reflexes, and well-rounded skill set. From heavy bag drills to high-intensity sparring, Tank is perfecting his knockout ability while keeping speed and endurance. His dedication to every aspect of training, strength, agility, and precision, shows he's taking this fight seriously with his heavy punches and relentless work ethic. It's clear he's preparing for total dominance. Lamont Roach will have to withstand immense pressure, making this a possibly tough and punishing night for him in the ring.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any.
Oscar De La Hoya has emphasized the sheer power and skill of Tank Davis, stating that his fight against Lamont Roach will be extremely tough for Roach to handle. De La Hoya highlighted that Tank possesses far more experience at the highest level, having faced and beaten top-tier opponents throughout his career. He praised Davis's commitment to training, noting that he is relentless in perfecting his craft and always comes prepared. De La Hoya also pointed out that Tank's punching ability is deceptive. His shots come from surprising angles, and his combinations are unpredictable, making him an incredibly dangerous opponent. He described Tank as sneaky in the ring, able to set traps that opponents don't see coming. This ability to strike with precision and devastating power, combined with his high IQ, makes him one of the most feared fighters in boxing. According to De La Hoya, Roach will have to be at his absolute best to live against Tank.